Lady Cougar basketball here on the Coach's Show with head coach Mike Davis. The Columbia College Cougars in that top 25 for the first poll of the new year, 2011, at number 25. 2-0 in conference play, kind of a logjam there at the top of the conference with yourself and Mobap and William Woods. Also,
three good teams, all three very good teams.
Sitting at 2-0. You've got McKendree. They're slumping a little bit up to the start here. They've had a couple of injuries. They're 1-1 and 5-10, I believe, overall. But a big player for them, Katie Fullerton's got 5 double-doubles on the young season right now. Averages in the small teen numbers, but a tough challenge for you on the road at their place, as it always is.
I think they're kind of an odd team to figure out. They lost a couple of players with knee injuries early in the year and changed kind of the dynamics for them. I think they spent some time trying to figure out, again, kind of like we were, roles. And at the same time, they played a really good schedule and played some teams really well. The same Campbellsville team that we had in here, I believe they lost maybe by two out there. So played a great ball game. Opened up conference play over at William Woods, I believe lost by 7 or 8 there, and a game that they were right in until the very end. So a team that I think when you go out there, there are certain teams you look at and you say, if you're going to win a conference title, this is a big step when you go and win at this place or when you go and win at that place. And I think a win at McKendree would be one of those wins for us. So not going to be easy. It's going to be a lot of dirty work down low and rebounding and those type things. But I think we understand the stuff we have to do to have success. So I look for a good ball game. And
it's one of those things we talked about it with head coach Bob Bircher with the men's team. Of course, the rivalry over the years that is Columbia and McKendree, and the fact that the Bearcats are moving up to NCAA Division II, and this is that final road trip on the bus to play at a big rivalry school. There's a little extra meaning behind this.
If this is your last trip there, you want them to remember you. Right. So, I think that's important for the Lady Cougars. And I think a lot of our new girls are going to taste of that this week of what it is leading up to that game. But, that's just part of it. That's part of conference play. And, the University of Murray men's team, go on the road and who knows what happens when they go to Colorado. So I think all conference play brings that into it. All those road games mean so much and become so tough because teams have you scouted. There's so much familiarity. So this will be a big ball game for us, as all of them are. But those road wins are pretty special.
A lot of talk over the weeks. The season's moved on of some of your newcomers, some of your star freshmen from the area. But Janita Session, a player who's been with you now for a couple of seasons, and here she is winning back-to-back AMC Conference Player of the Week honors, averaging 16 points, 6.5 boards in the 2 conference games, your 2 wins so far. Almost 13 a game if you put in the whole season with 5 rebounds. Talk a little bit about what number 5 brings to the Lady Cougar basketball team.
I think we have spent a lot of time talking about our newcomers because we've had so many of them this year that have done a great job. But our returning players have really provided a great, stable foundation for us. Janita, Jay as we call her, such a great athlete. And the people have not been able to watch her play. She's pretty special athletically. She really is. And I think she's stepped up to a different level offensively, filling a different role this year that she hasn't in the past, and has really played well and has really looked to try and take over ball games on the offensive end. And 2 weeks in a row as far as the Conference Player of the Week, so I think that says a lot about her. Amanda Phillips, who you're going to visit with here today, has been such a force on the inside for us, and one of those players we talked about earlier. If you just look at points, you're really going to miss out all the things that she brings to you. Denise Rosario, another one of our returning players, who comes in off the bench, but boy, changes the game the instant she comes in. The other team has to change how they're guarding everyone on the court when she comes in. And another young lady who's really played well as of late is Candace Cross. KC has stepped up and played at a really high level, and actually at Park had a great ball game for us up there. So, I think Jay stepped up, and she's getting some of the honors for it right now, but we've had a number of those returning players really play great roles for us, and are filling roles, sometimes aren't always marquee. Jay is getting the, she's scoring the points, so she's player of the week and this and that. But when you're winning ball games, boy, there's so many things that have to be done for you to have success. And I think all of those returning players are taking that in stride and doing it.
One of all those interchangeable parts when you start mixing that with the good mix of the new players with Fish and with English and everybody moving together. There's a confidence level that is completely there that I see now, especially with some of the girls getting ready to check in at the scorer's table. You see them. They know what their mission is. You've told them, all right, you're going in for so-and-so, and they're ready to roll as soon as they get into that ball game.
I think they've become more familiar with what's expected. I think they're all kind of filling into roles of, okay, here's, kind of the minutes that I'm looking to play and what I need to do. And, we've added another returning player in Julie Teeple the last month or so with us. And I think working her back into the rotation has taken a little bit of time and her getting back into the scheme of things. But I think we do have a lot more weapons right now, and I think we're more problems for other teams to figure out how to guard and take care of. So that's a good situation to be in as a coach.
Cougars on the road at McKendree this week, and then home for Stevens College on Saturday a 2 o'clock game time for on Saturday. The full schedule for the Cougars online at ColumbiaCougars.com. If you want to check out the next games for the Cougars on the home court or road games as well. We'll talk with another player who has also been honored with AMC Player of the Week here recently, number 15, Amanda Phillips, our guest next on the Columbia College Coaches Show on Mediacom Channel 22.